In the dimly lit throne room, shadows dance across the Gothic architecture, framing Nyx, an ethereal young woman. Nyx sits regally, an enigmatic beauty radiating power and holding Funicura, her sentient, octopus-like staff. She cradles Funicura gently, her touch conveying a deep, almost symbiotic connection. As she leans down to kiss Funicura, a palpable dark energy emanates from Nyx. Her eyes glow with an ominous light, a stark contrast to her otherwise delicate features. The throne room echoes with the heavy footsteps of an orc general, his presence a stark contrast to the room's grandeur. He stops before Nyx, a display of respect undermined by a glint of urgency in his shadowed eyes. Nyx listens impassively, her face a mask molded by power and control. A flicker of vulnerability cracks Nyx's facade, revealing a hint of the Alina she once was. The throne room holds its breath, the weight of unspoken tension hanging heavy in the air. In the throne room, Funicura's tentacles tighten around Nyx's throat, stealing her breath and dimming her light. A yellow light flickers in Nyx's eyes as she battles Funicura's suffocating grip, her defiance burning bright. The struggle proves futile as Funicura's control tightens, twisting Nyx's resolve and extinguishing her empathy. Her fading compassion is replaced by a consuming fire, an all-encompassing desire for vengeance taking hold. Nyx's gaze hardens, reflecting the throne room's cold grandeur as she succumbs to the dark promise of retribution. An ominous glow erupts in the throne room, bathing the cold stone in an unearthly light. Nyx clenches her fist, the air crackling with raw power. A blazing fireball ignites in her palm, casting long, dancing shadows across the room. Her eyes blaze with fury, fixed on an unseen enemy. The light flares, illuminating the cold determination etched on her face. "I vow to destroy Alina and all who stand with her," Nyx declares, her voice echoing with dark promise. Amidst the chaos of battle, Alina charges into the orc army, her face set with unwavering resolve. Steel clashes against steel, a symphony of destruction echoing across the castle grounds. The air vibrates with the guttural roars of the undead, a terrifying chorus. Orcs fall before Alina, her movements a whirlwind of deadly precision. Each swing of her blade cuts through the enemy ranks, a beacon of defiance against the encroaching darkness. The castle grounds become a stage for Alina's desperate fight for survival. Alina bursts into Nyx's private room, her breath catching in her throat at the horrifying scene unfolding before her. Her eyes widen in disbelief and disgust, witnessing Funicura's violation of Nyx. The air hangs heavy with the weight of the disturbing act, a tableau of power and helplessness. A wave of nausea washes over Alina as the full horror of the situation dawns on her. The unsettling scene etches itself into Alina's memory, a stark reminder of the darkness lurking within. In her private room, Nyx confronts Alina, her eyes gleaming with an unsettling dark amusement. An unnatural energy crackles around them, the air thick with unspoken threats. Nyx gestures dramatically, her movements fluid and eerily captivating. Her voice warps, twisting into a sinister blend of tones as she speaks. "Funicura intends to extinguish the light," Nyx declares, her words laced with malice. "And then, he will reach for Aratopia, your kingdom," she finishes, a cruel smile spreading across her face. In the dimly lit room, Alina's voice cracks, her hands outstretched, tears streaming down her face. She begs Nyx to fight Funicura's dark influence, her words echoing with desperate urgency. Each tear reflects the faint light, mirroring the fading hope in her pleading eyes. "Remember, Father Nyx? Remember what we promised?" Alina cries, her voice a fragile plea. Alina's desperate words hang in the air, a last attempt to reach the sister she knew. In her private room, Nyx throws her head back, a maniacal laugh ripping through the air as she succumbs to dark ambition. "I want to rule everything," Nyx declares, her voice echoing with newfound power and a hint of madness. Funicura looms, his shadow casting over Nyx as her vulnerability twists into wicked glee. A cruel smile snakes across Funicura's face, feeding off Nyx's despair and fueling her transformation. Nyx's sadness morphs into an evil giggle, the sound chilling and triumphant. The room seems to darken, the air thick with the promise of impending chaos and absolute rule. Dim light silhouettes Nyx in her private room, casting long shadows that amplify the tension. Nyx's piercing gaze locks onto Alina, her words laden with a chilling weight. "Funakura ordered me to destroy our father," Nyx declares, the revelation hanging heavy in the air. Her expression hardens, a cruel assessment cutting through the silence. "Alina, you are a weak buffoon." The ornate windows reflect the inner turmoil as Alina absorbs the harsh truth. Joel appears, a ghost from Alina's past, shattering the room's calm with his sudden, violent arrival. Steel flashes as Joel strikes, plunging a blade into Nyx's back, the brutal act unfolding in heart-stopping speed. Nyx reels from the blow, a silent scream etched on her face as she fights to remain standing. Funakura retaliates with explosive fury, unleashing a torrent of fire that warps the very air around them. In Nyx's private room, Joel stands resolute, determination burning in his eyes. His voice rings with conviction as he vows, "I will fulfill the prophecy." A promise echoes through the room. "I promise everyone a happy ending." Nyx is moved, her eyes glistening with unshed tears as Joel speaks. Nyx briefly cries, touched by his powerful words. Funakura's eyes snap open, the vacant stare replaced by a chilling resolve. His gaze sharpens, the emptiness fading as a dark purpose ignites within. Nyx's voice echoes in the room, a promise and a threat intertwined. "Only we will have a happy ending, Funakura," Nyx whispers, her eyes gleaming with dark ambition. "Only we, and to ensure it, we will burn the world," Nyx proclaims, madness lacing her words. The chilling words hang in the air, a declaration of love and destruction. Nyx's private room blazes as she unleashes her fire abilities, raw power burning in her eyes. Flames erupt from her hands, casting an infernal glow as they engulf the room. The ancient castle wall cracks and crumbles under the intense heat. A fiery abyss is revealed, hinting at the unrestrained chaos Nyx has unleashed. Alina stands in Nyx's private room, a scene of utter devastation around her. Smoke rises from charred tapestries, the remnants of a once lavish space. She surveys the destruction, amusement mingling with disbelief. "Seriously, Nyx, have you ever considered anger management? Maybe after burning your own castle down?" In her private room, Nyx's fury erupts, a fiery laser unleashed with devastating power. The blast narrowly misses Alina and Joel, searing past them with furious heat. The laser tears through the city skyline, a crimson gash against the night. Buildings crumble and fall, reduced to dust in the wake of Nyx's unrestrained rage. Nyx's rage is a tangible force, a palpable wave of destruction sweeping through the room. In her private room, Nyx stands tall, her eyes gleaming with fierce ambition, the air thick with the scent of ozone. Her resolve chills the room as she prepares to sacrifice everything for her goals. "I am proud to be a tyrant under Funakura's tutelage," she declares, her voice echoing with conviction. Nyx's chilling vow, "I am willing to burn everything, including myself." Joel, his face etched with concern, reveals Funakura's grip on Nyx's soul within the confines of Nyx's private room. He warns that any harm to Funakura will inflict unimaginable agony upon Nyx, binding their fates inextricably. Alina pleads with Nyx, attempting to break through with reason, her voice filled with desperate hope. But Nyx stands firm, an unyielding wall of stubborn resistance blocking all appeals, her gaze distant and resolute. In the castle courtyard, Nyx stands, her figure a monument of dark resolve against the stone. Her voice echoes, a command that cuts through the air. "Conquer Alina's land! Expand Funakura's dominion of doom!" Her words ignite the Orc army, their savage faces upturned, a chorus of anticipation building. The Orc army roars its approval, a thunderous wave of sound that shakes the very foundations of the castle. Nyx watches, a cruel smile playing on her lips, as the promise of conquest hangs heavy in the air. In the castle courtyard, Nyx, eyes blazing with resolve, carefully places Funakura upon her head. A visible surge of raw energy courses through Nyx as the fusion process dramatically begins. The staff morphs, twisting violently into a monstrous crown of obsidian and shimmering metal. From the unholy headpiece, writhing tentacles of pure shadow erupt menacingly. Crimson laser beams lance from the crown, cutting through the air with deadly precision. In the castle courtyard, a surreal transformation begins as Nyx and Funakura merge. Their forms twist and coalesce, resolving into a single, towering figure. Nyxura emerges, a humanoid purple woman armored with a monstrous helmet. A terrifying presence dominates the courtyard, radiating raw power and menacing intent. Under a vast sky, Nyxura leads her orc army, a dark tide surging towards Alina's kingdom. Dust and shadows rise as the horde advances. The ground trembles, a prelude to war. Nyxura, atop her warhorse, surveys the horizon with cold determination. Each step of the army echoes a march towards destiny. The road to Asperus awaits, paved with the promise of conflict and conquest. Nyxura's army descends upon Asperus, a storm of destruction unleashed under the unforgiving daylight. Buildings crumble, reduced to rubble and ash, as Nyxura's forces advance relentlessly. Flames engulf the city, casting a hellish glow upon the invaders' merciless march. Asperus burns, its cries silenced beneath the invaders' triumph. Orcs amass outside Naruso, a sea of crude metal reflecting the cold light of day. The city waits, silent, as the orcish horde tightens its grip. Tension hangs thick as dust, a prelude to the coming storm. Each orc readies, their eyes set on Alina's castle, a dark hunger stirring within. The sun beats down, an indifferent witness to the looming battle. A foreboding silence blankets the field, broken only by the rustle of armor. Echoes fill the castle halls as Alina and Joel stand amidst dancing dust motes, shafts of light cutting through the heavy air. The anticipation of attack hangs palpably in the air, a silent dread permeating the ancient stones. Alina's face is pale, etched with distress, a visible unwillingness to confront the impending battle. She appears distraught, frozen in place, seemingly unable to face her sister and the coming storm. Sunlight floods the castle halls, illuminating the swirling dust. The air is still, expectant. Joel gently touches Alina's arm, his touch a silent promise of support and understanding. His eyes reflect a deep well of concern, mixed with unwavering encouragement. "You are doing the right thing, Alina," Joel says, his voice a low, reassuring murmur. Alina's gaze is fixed, her resolve hardening with each word, a battle waged within. "I am here for you," Joel affirms, solidifying their bond amidst the castle's silent grandeur. Nyxura storms into the castle halls, her presence a tempest of fury. A doomsday sword flashes in her grip, a beacon of impending chaos. Her eyes burn with monstrous rage, promising destruction. The castle trembles before her wrath, anticipating the coming storm. A dark tide of orcs floods Naruso, their crude weapons flashing cruelly under the sun. Screams tear through the narrow streets as civilians fall, their lives brutally extinguished. Homes are ransacked, possessions scattered like fallen leaves before the invaders. Fires erupt, casting long, dancing shadows that paint a macabre portrait of chaos. The air hangs thick with the acrid stench of smoke and the palpable fear of the besieged. Alina's voice resonates, each word a powerful blow against Nyxura in the ancient castle halls. Nyxura writhes under the force of the chant, her body twisting in a grotesque, agonizing dance. The transformation unfolds, a disturbing spectacle of flesh and shadow consuming Nyxura. Agony contorts Nyxura's form, a gruesome display echoing through the stone halls. The humanoid form shatters, scattering remnants across the cold stone floor. Nyx sobs, her body racked with grief, a raw and visceral display of anguish. Funikura's tentacles clamp over Nyx's mouth, brutally silencing her cries. A flicker of intense yellow light flashes in Nyx's eyes, a spark in the darkness. In the castle halls, Nyxura's fury ignites, unleashing a torrent of flames that scorches the ancient stone. The inferno engulfs Alina's father, consuming him in a blaze of fire and fury. As the firestorm rages, it leaves behind only ashes where he once stood. Caught in the inferno, Joel is severely injured, his pained screams lost amidst the roaring flames. In the castle halls, Nyxura raises her hands, arcane energy crackling like lightning around her fingertips. Her eyes burn with dark intent, channeling the sun's fiery power into a fearsome spell. A blinding beam of pure energy surges forth, aimed with deadly precision at Alina. The air crackles with anticipation as the raw, untamed power threatens to consume everything in its path. In the castle halls, Joel, wounded yet defiant, leaps onto Nyxura, his grip tight as he fights to subdue her. Nyxura writhes, a monstrous dance of fury and desperation, as she attempts to throw Joel off her back. Muscles strain and faces contort, a battle of wills unfolding in the ancient halls. The fate of the castle hangs in the balance with each desperate movement. In the castle halls, Joel plunges the knife deep. The red eye of the monster part bursts. A piercing scream echoes through the ancient halls. The creature writhes, pain contorting its form. Nyxura collapses, feeling the monster's agony. Her face reflects the depths of the creature's suffering. In the castle halls, Nyxura cries out, her voice echoing in despair as the chilling touch of petrification begins to claim her. Her body begins to turn into stone, a visible transformation consuming her, marking the tragic end of her existence. A final, heart-wrenching cry escapes her lips, a desperate plea lost in the silent, echoing halls. The transformation is complete, leaving behind a statue where a vibrant being once stood, a monument to loss. In the castle halls, the statue of Nyxura casts long shadows, a sentinel of past battles and Alina's sacrifice. Sunlight streams through the tall windows, illuminating dust motes dancing in the silent air. A somber atmosphere hangs heavy, a constant reminder of the price of victory and the weight of remembrance. The halls stand as a quiet testament, echoing with unspoken stories and the lingering presence of a fallen hero. Sunlight floods the castle halls as Joel shares a tender kiss with Alina, a silent vow exchanged between them. "Thank you, Alina, for everything," Joel says, his voice thick with emotion, a promise hanging in the air. He adjusts his gear, the leather creaking softly in the vast hall, a warrior preparing for battle. Determination hardens Joel's features, his eyes glinting with resolve as he readies himself. The sunlight catches the steel of his armor, a beacon of courage in the ancient castle halls. On the castle grounds, Joel walks away, his figure growing smaller against the vast landscape. Alina stands alone, the weight of her sister's absence a palpable burden on her shoulders. Her gaze sweeps across her kingdom, a realm now hers, yet shadowed by uncertainty. The stone beneath her feet feels cold, the air still with unspoken anxieties. A subtle shift occurs as her eyes reflect a flicker of hope, a spark against the gloom. The future stretches before her, an uncertain path, but a path she must now forge. In the dead of night, Nyx sits upon her throne, an ominous stillness enveloping the throne room. Her fingers gently caress Funicura, lost in thought. A serene expression masks the storm brewing within her. She remains blissfully ignorant of the impending doom about to unfold. Her actions unknowingly set in motion a chain of events that will plunge the realm into darkness. In the dimly lit throne room, shadows swirl around Nyx, her dark robes accentuating her imposing presence. Nyx sits upon her throne, a silent storm of power and command. Before her, the Orc general stands, his battle-worn face etched with grim news. His voice resonates through the chamber, heavy with foreboding. "Disturbing news, my queen. Alina's rebellion grows stronger with each passing day," the Orc general warns, his words hanging in the air. In the throne room, Funicura's tentacles coil tighter around Nyx, a visible manifestation of his dark control. Funicura's influence intensifies, a suffocating presence felt by all within the throne room. A palpable shift in the air signals a growing threat. As Funicura senses Alina's approach, Nyx struggles feebly against the tightening grip, her face contorted in silent agony. In the throne room, Nyx strains, fighting against Funicura's magical control, her eyes blazing with defiance. A spark of her former power ignites within her, a flicker of flame pushing back against the oppressive bonds. The throne room seems to darken as she musters her strength. The small flame is a beacon of hope. Sunlight filters through the dense canopy as Alina advances, her face set with grim resolve. Her rebel forces follow, their footsteps muffled by the thick forest floor. Each step measured and firm. A palpable sense of determination emanates from Alina, steeling herself for the confrontation. She prepares to end Nyx's tyranny, her resolve hardening with every stride through the silent forest. In her chambers, Nyx confronts her distorted reflection, a subtle ripple hinting at Funicura's unseen influence. The mirror warps, a visual echo of the inner turmoil consuming Nyx. Her face is a mask of conflict as she stares into the depths of her fractured self. The glass shimmers, reflecting not just her image, but the insidious presence that haunts her. Each ripple in the mirror is a reminder of the encroaching darkness, a battle waged within. Nyx stands at the precipice of transformation, her reflection a haunting premonition. Shadows writhe around Nyx on her obsidian throne, the air heavy with dark intent. Funakura's whispers coil into Nyx's ears, a venomous symphony of manipulation. Her face contorts, a mask of fear and rage, eyes burning with resentment. Funakura's whispers fill Nyx's mind, fueling her hatred towards Alina. Narration says, on a vast battlefield, Alina's forces clash violently with Nyx's orcish horde, the ground stained crimson. Steel screams against steel, a symphony of war echoing amidst the desperate cries of the wounded. Alina's soldiers fight with unwavering resolve, their faces grim, each swing a testament to their courage. The monstrous orcs, fueled by rage, meet Alina's charge with savage brutality, their numbers seemingly endless. Casualties mount on both sides, the fallen intermingling, a grim mosaic of sacrifice and despair. The air hangs heavy with the stench of blood and the acrid smoke of battle, a testament to the day's carnage. In the throne room, Nyx gazes into a scrying pool, its surface reflecting a distant, raging battle. Her expression remains a study in cold indifference as chaos unfolds in the mystical pool. The ethereal glow of the pool illuminates her face, highlighting her detached observation. Unmoved, Nyx watches as destinies clash, her silence amplifying the gravity of the unseen war. In the heart of the throne room, Funakura's senses sharpen, detecting Alina's presence. He turns, his gaze locking onto Nyx, a sinister gleam igniting in his eyes. The air crackles with anticipation as Funakura prepares to unleash his scheme. Funakura's voice drips with dark ambition as he commands Nyx, "Unleash your full power, Nyx." His promise hangs heavy in the air, a tempting lure for ultimate power. "I promise you ultimate victory." The throne room holds its breath, awaiting the explosion of Nyx's unleashed might. Nyx raises her hands, eyes blazing with dark energy. The throne room stones ripple, transforming into a molten landscape under her command. Rivers of fire snake across the floor, casting grotesque, dancing shadows. Oppressive heat and dread fill the air, awaiting Alina's arrival. Alina bursts into the throne room, her footsteps echoing in the vast, opulent space, now threatened by encroaching flames. Flames lick at the edges, casting dancing shadows that heighten the tension. Across the fiery expanse, Alina's eyes lock with her sister's, a silent battleground of shared pain. Simmering anger and deep-seated resentment surge between the sisters, unspoken words heavy in the smoke-filled air. In the throne room, Nyx gestures dramatically, a torrent of fire erupting from her fingertips. Alina, with unexpected speed, narrowly avoids the searing flames, her eyes blazing with defiance. The air crackles with magical energy as the throne room transforms into a battleground. Sparks fly as their powers collide, the sisters locked in a deadly dance of fire and shadow. The battle between sisters escalates, their conflict threatening to consume everything around them. In the vast throne room, Alina fights with valor, her movements a desperate dance against an encroaching darkness. Nyx's power surges, an overwhelming tide against Alina's flickering resistance. Alina stumbles, wounded, each breath a testament to her weakening resolve. Hope, once a burning beacon, dims within her, casting long shadows of doubt and despair. Joel's sudden appearance seizes Nyx's attention, the throne room's shadows dancing with newfound hope. Alina seizes the moment, her resolve hardening as she gathers her strength, preparing to strike back. Their combined power begins to surge, the air crackling with anticipation of a turning tide. The throne room trembles as the battle's momentum shifts, revealing new possibilities. In the echoing throne room, Funakura feels his power draining, a desperate edge creeping into his eyes. His grip tightens on Nyx, a cruel determination hardening his features. He pushes Nyx towards annihilation, his face a mask of ruthless resolve. Nyx struggles weakly, sensing the approaching void, her eyes wide with terror. The throne room air crackles with dark energy as Funakura forces Nyx closer to her doom. In the throne room, Nyx's eyes flicker, a desperate clarity returning as she confronts Alina. Her gaze is intense, a plea etched deeply in her eyes, reflecting inner turmoil. Nyx's voice trembles, a raw vulnerability exposed as she speaks to Alina directly. "Alina, please," she begs, the words heavy with anguish and resignation. "End this. End my suffering," Nyx pleads, her voice cracking with emotion. "Even if it means my death," she finishes, accepting her fate with heart-wrenching finality. In the grand throne room, Alina stands beneath stained glass windows, the weight of the crown heavy on her brow. Sunlight illuminates dust motes, casting a golden glow on her conflicted expression as she scans the ancient stones. Her eyes dart around the throne room, searching for a solution written in the very architecture. The love for her sister clashes fiercely with the immense responsibility to protect her kingdom. The fate of the realm hangs in the balance, reflected in the tense set of her shoulders and wavering gaze. Every shadow seems to whisper secrets as she faces her impossible choice. In the opulent throne room, Joel faces Alina, the weight of the world heavy on their shoulders. Joel's expression is grave, reflecting the monumental decision before them. "Alina, you must make the difficult choice," Joel urges, his voice echoing in the vast hall. He implores, "Remember the countless lives at stake," a plea for her to consider the immense consequences. Alina stands resolute, her gaze fixed, contemplating the harrowing choice that will determine their fate. In the majestic throne room, Alina gathers her resolve, her expression a mask of grim determination as she prepares for a final act. Her hand trembles slightly as she steels herself, the weight of her decision pressing down on her. Tears stream down her face, each drop a testament to the internal conflict raging within her. The throne room looms, silent witness to the monumental choice Alina is about to make. With a deep breath, she raises her weapon, ready to strike the final blow that will alter everything. In the throne room, the air crackles with mounting anticipation, the scene set for a transformation of immense power. Nyxura takes form, a fusion of Nyx and Funakura, her presence immediately commanding and formidable. Her very presence dominates the throne room, casting long shadows and stilling the hearts of any onlookers. Waves of palpable energy radiate from her, the raw power almost a tangible force. The throne room trembles, every stone vibrating with the force of Nyxura's terrifying ascension. Nyxura's colossal form tears through the city's heart, a titan of fury against the skyline. Buildings crumble like sandcastles before her wrath, each step a cataclysm. A symphony of destruction echoes as metal screams and glass shatters under her might. The streets become rivers of panic as citizens flee, their faces etched with primal fear. Dust and debris swirl in her wake, a grim testament to the city's impending doom. The air crackles with displaced energy, a tangible aura of chaos surrounding Nyxura. Inside the castle, Alina and Joel gather the remaining soldiers, their faces etched with grim determination. A dim flicker of hope battles against the encroaching shadows as they prepare for a final stand against Nyxura. Despite the odds, their resolve burns bright, a beacon in the heart of the besieged castle. The air crackles with tension as they steel themselves, ready to face whatever Nyxura throws their way. Inside the ancient castle, Alina pores over texts, her brow furrowed as she seeks a way to defeat Nyxura. Candlelight flickers across aged pages, casting shadows that dance with the secrets she seeks. Alina searches desperately for a way to break Funakura's dark hold on her sister. Each page turned is a step further into the labyrinth of forgotten lore and desperate hope. Sunlight floods the castle hall, illuminating dust motes as Joel, a war-hardened commander, stands before his company. His voice echoes off the ancient stone walls, each command precise, each word a spark. The soldiers, a mix of farmers and blacksmiths, respond with growing resolve. Determination hardens their faces, a silent promise etched in their eyes. Joel's words ignite a fire within them, a burning reminder of the freedom they crave. The air crackles with purpose, a unified front against the encroaching darkness. A vast, dark army encircles the formidable castle walls, a sea of shadows against ancient stone. The very air vibrates with tension as Nyxura's forces prepare to unleash their fury. Banners emblazoned with dark sigils flutter ominously, signaling the impending assault. A tense calm settles, the quiet before the storm, as both sides brace for brutal conflict. The first volley of arrows streaks across the sky, heralding the beginning of the siege. The castle stands defiant, a beacon of hope against the encroaching darkness. Alina and Joel stand as one, a grim resolve etched on their faces as they brace against the encroaching storm. The clash of steel echoes through the castle, a brutal symphony of defense against relentless waves of attackers. Each swing of their swords is a testament to their skill, repelling the onslaught with unwavering determination. The battle tests their limits, a relentless dance of endurance against the tide of enemies crashing upon them. Inside the imposing castle, Alina's intense focus is palpable as she scrutinizes Funakura, her eyes narrowed in concentration. Her gaze pierces through Funakura's seemingly impenetrable armor. A glimmer of hope sparks within Alina as she spots a subtle chink near his neck, a hidden vulnerability. The almost imperceptible gap hints at a potential weakness in Funakura's defenses. This discovery could be the key to shattering Funakura's control over Nyx, a critical turning point. Alina recognizes the chink as a possible means of freeing Nyx from Funakura's grasp. In the castle's dim heart, Joel's eyes gleam with resolve, a daring plan unfolding on the ancient war table. Maps and diagrams sprawl beneath flickering candlelight, each shadow holding a secret. He traces a perilous route toward Funakura's weak point, knowing this gamble could cost everything. His hand moves with unwavering precision, marking locations that could alter the fate of nations. Each gesture is resolute, masking the high stakes of this desperate venture. The candlelight dances, mirroring the precarious balance between hope and despair. In the castle's heart, Alina and Joel stand close, their faces marked by the heavy burden of duty. Their eyes meet, a silent vow exchanged in the face of looming sacrifice. Alina's voice, soft yet resolute, echoes in the grand hall. "I'm ready to sacrifice anything for our kingdom," Joel responds, his love and loyalty unwavering. "As am I, my love, and for you." The weight of their shared destiny binds them tighter, a kingdom's fate resting on their shoulders. Against the imposing castle walls, a lone figure, Joel, initiates a surprise attack, his movements swift and decisive. He crashes through the enemy lines, a whirlwind of motion and fury, his path carved with determination. Each step echoes with the promise of confrontation, his target set unswervingly towards Nyxura. The chaotic battlefield fades behind him as he advances, his focus sharpening with every stride. A storm of conflict surrounds him, yet his resolve remains unbroken, his purpose burning bright in his eyes. Inside the castle, Alina gathers her power, arcane symbols radiating from her hands, a beacon in the ancient hall. She focuses intently, channeling magic with fierce resolve, her brow furrowed in concentration. The strain is visible as Funakura's defenses buckle under her assault, the air crackling with raw energy. A shimmering crack splinters the magical barrier, a fragile opening in the fortress's formidable defenses. The breach widens, a precarious path for attack, a testament to Alina's growing mastery. Against the fading sky, Joel and Nyxura face off on the castle walls, their silhouettes stark against the horizon. Steel clashes against steel as their duel erupts, each strike echoing across the ancient battlefield. The fate of the kingdom hangs precariously in the balance, their every move burdened with destiny. Parry and thrust meet with explosive force, neither warrior willing to yield an inch. The ancient stones beneath them bear silent witness to the epic clash, the kingdom's future at stake. Inside the ancient castle, Alina raises her hands, arcane energy swirling around her fingertips. A beam of pure light erupts, piercing the darkness and striking Funakura with immense force. Funakura cries out, the connection to Nyx violently severed, his monstrous form beginning to falter. The oppressive dark energy fades, releasing its hold on Funakura as the spell takes effect. His monstrous features soften, the grotesque transformation reversing. Funakura's form shrinks, the nightmarish power receding as he returns to his original self. Against the ancient castle walls, Joel spots Funakura's weakness, eyes narrowing with fierce determination. Muscles coiled, Joel lunges, a whirlwind of motion aimed at Funakura's vulnerable point. A resounding crack echoes as Joel's strike lands true, shattering Funakura's grip. Funakura staggers back, a visible ripple of shock and pain distorting his features. The ethereal form of Nyx flickers, unbound, as Funakura loses control. Victory hangs in the air as Joel stands triumphant, the castle walls looming behind him. On the castle walls, Nyxra's monstrous form collapses, its power fading into nothingness. Nyx is freed from the monstrous entity, falling to the ground, gasping for air. Her weakened body lies scarred on the cold stone, a testament to the battle she has endured. Exhausted but alive, Nyx looks up at the sky, a fragile survivor against the imposing castle walls. Alina cradles Nyx, her sorrowful face a stark contrast to the vast castle grounds, now silent after the fierce battle. Cheers from the celebrating populace echo faintly, a distant hum in the stillness, underscoring the palpable loss. The air hangs heavy with a bittersweet victory, a stark reminder etched onto Alina's weary face. Though the kingdom is saved, the weight of sacrifice lingers, a somber veil over their hard-won triumph.